Welcome back to Africa 54. I'm Vincent McCory in Washington. Now, as people flee the ongoing wave of ethnic violence sweeping through northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo, the UN Refugee Agency says nearly 50,000 have crossed into Uganda. For VOA, Halima Athumani reports from the Sebagoro landing site in western Uganda.
They arrive exhausted and traumatized. It's a dangerous 5-hour journey across Lake Albert. They have little with them. Many lost track of family members as they fled communal violence in the Ituri province of neighboring DRC.
When they came in the night and launched the attack and killed many youth who were in the neighborhood. I was inside the gate and heard cries outside. When I got out to check, I found all my neighbors have been killed with machetes. I was forced to run.
Tit-for-tat conflict between the Hema and Lendu communities in Ituri has simmered for decades, often over land. Survivors say, unlike in the past, they were given no warning of recent attacks, and women are not spared.
They burned my house and all my belongings, so we had to run empty-handed. Even the clothes I am wearing now were given to me by Good Samaritans at the border.
The UN Refugee Agency said 4,000 people from Ituri crossed into Uganda in the span of just 3 days in mid-March. The steady influx has taxed local resources.
We don't have a transportation means, in the next 2 hours, so it's only tomorrow morning that we are going to transfer this one. Now, I would like to say that our objective is to ensure that whenever these people arrive here, they spend maximum 24 hours on the site, at the landing site, before they are transferred to the reception center where they can get more services. The
new arrivals will eventually make their way to the Changwali refugee settlement, many still coming to grips with the violence they fled.
I've heard on the radio the Lendu saying they are our brothers. But why is it that when those people come and start cutting people with machetes, arrows, spears and axes, why is it that the soldiers don't retaliate? Why? That surprises me. If it's politics, we don't know.
Since 2016, Uganda has taken in more than 1 million refugees from South Sudan. The fresh influx this year from Congo has Ugandan authorities calling for urgent donor support. Halima Athumani for VOA News, Changwali, Uganda.
After about 5 years without the detection of wild polio in Nigeria, 3 confirmed cases in northern Nigeria in 2016 set health authorities on a renewed drive to eradicate the disease in Bauchi State in the northeastern part of the country, with efforts to eliminate vaccine-preventable diseases is on the increase. At the launch of a polio immunization campaign, the state governor charged stakeholders to commit to preventing the reoccurrence of wild polio virus and other communicable diseases in the state.
State government officials, health sector practitioners, traditional, religious, and community leaders, among others, witnessed the commencement of the 2018 polio immunization campaign in Bauchi State. The Polio Eradication Initiative focuses on strengthening surveillance and expanding the reach of polio immunization for children. The state governor takes the lead in administering polio vaccines to children present. The state governor highlights the importance of all concerned playing their part in the fight against polio.
I'm using today's occasion to direct all local government council chairmen and traditional/religious leaders to further strengthen their resolve to eradicate polio and other vaccine-preventable diseases in Bauchi State by especially attending the evening review meetings and other measures to provide necessary support, as usual, in ensuring that all eligible children in their domain are fully immunized.
5 years without an outbreak of wild polio virus was indeed a notable achievement for Nigeria. But the government has the task of dealing with the current situation. One major challenge facing efforts is non-compliance in some communities.
We have had persistent, unresolved non-compliance in some settlements of Bauchi, Toru, Ganjua, Katagum, and Ningi local government areas. So we are calling on the chairman of these local governments to try and talk to their people and do an oversight function so that we will stop having the non-compliance.
Health development partners are also worried about the simultaneous outbreak of other diseases such as cerebrospinal meningitis, measles, Lassa fever and cholera in Bauchi State, and efforts to address them.
Right now, on records, we have about 1,000 infected people with cholera. But the good thing about it is the establishment of that cholera treatment center has remarkably reduced the mortality from the disease, because out of the over 1,000, we have only 12 deaths. Then another agency that needs to be mentioned is UNICEF. UNICEF actually has also approved, and they are going to construct about 100 toilets, actually because the source of the infection was found to be related with open defecation and poor sanitary condition.
The Bauchi State government has a 5-point health agenda aimed at delivering the desired result. In addition, it is resolved to dedicate both financial and human resources to tackle the health challenges squarely.
It's time now for a short break, and we'd like to remind you to visit our website. It's channelstv.com for news and other programming around the clock. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. Still to come, one woman's role in African innovation. We'll meet the co-founder of She Leads Africa, a website for professional women. We'll bring you that story when we return.